Wow. 10 years can make so much of a difference in a person's life. Let's talk about it. So, guys, last night I couldn't sleep and I scrolled Facebook for a minute and a picture of this guy showed up on Facebook, man. And his face was all chubby and he had this crazy bushy hair and he had these wild eyes. And unfortunately, it was me. That was my 0 day selfie, shall we say. It was a picture I took right after divorce, after I closed the door on my first apartment, and I was about to go through one of the hardest times in my life. At that point, I didn't know it, but I was about to literally live off peanuts, or at least I told you in my other video, bread and cheese sandwiches, and struggle to keep the lights on, not run the AC, and all that kind of stuff. I was about to go through it at that point. I didn't know it. But the important thing here is that is when I began to recalibrate my brain. I began at that point to build who I am today. That was my 0 point. That was when I began to focus on the most important concept of life above anything else: self improvement. No matter where you are right now, no matter what situation you're in, no matter how bad things are, you can always focus on self improvement. You can look at yourself in the mirror and say, what can I change today? Maybe I should go for a walk and lose a few pounds. Maybe I should try eating right. Maybe I should make amends with a friend that I broke up with for, some stupid reason I don't really know. How can I incrementally, in a little tiny step, improve my life today? Because over 10 years, 11 years, over 5 years, it doesn't have to be 10 years, those little tiny steps add up. And you become somebody who you just don't recognize later. And that can be a great thing. That can be a wonderful thing if you make positive changes. And of course, if you make negative changes, that can be a really, really bad thing in your life. So, from that point, from my lowest point, even when I had nothing, I went through my life. I was like, okay, what positive changes can I make today? What can I read about? What can I improve? Maybe I should follow some people on YouTube and watch their videos about self improvement. I did a lot of that. I had a few coaches I was watching on YouTube. Maybe I should read some of the books. And yeah, I bought some self improvement books from these guys, and they're not very expensive, usually 10, $12 or something. Bought the ebooks, started reading the self improvement book. I started improving who I was every single day. Because I looked him in the mirror at that point. I did not like the person that was staring back at me. And a lot of people, when they get in that situation, they come up with excuses. They try and license the fact why they are not the person they want to be. Oh, I didn't have a good background. Oh, my parents mistreated me. Oh, my spouse mistreated me. Oh, I lost this, I lost that, I lost my job. Well, what freaking who? I've been through all of that. Yeah, I've had a divorce. I've had a stroke. I caught COVID. It put me in a hospital, almost died, and killed me. I've been through all that. And you know what? I'm still here, and I'm still focusing on self-improvement every single day. Every single day I wake up 4:45 in the morning. Yeah, it's that early. And I tell myself, what am I going to do today to incrementally make my life just a little bit better? I know some people are going to think, "Oh, that's self-centered and that's selfish and that's it's none of those things." If you don't help yourself, if you don't focus on yourself, I'm going to be blunt here, you're not going to improve. You may get lucky once in a while, good things may happen to you once in a while. That's not improvement, that's just luck, people. Okay? How do you think I got in shape? I look completely different to what I looked 10 years ago. Okay, I didn't look like this. How do you think that happened? Slowly over time, by going to the gym over probably off and on, I guess if you strung it all together, I probably went to the gym for 3 years. I wasn't consistently going to the gym, wasn't consistently working out. There were long breaks when I just felt just terrible. I just felt depressed. I felt all those things in that period of time. I didn't go to the gym. I didn't work out. So even when you're focused on self-development, still it is one of the hardest things to do is to keep at it. I know, but you have to remember who you're doing this for. You're doing this for yourself. Nobody else is going to do it for you. Nobody's going to hand you this on a plate. Nobody's going to help you. Okay? You have to take the initiative to improve your life. You're the only person that can do this. Don't blame anybody else for putting you in that situation. I've been in the worst situation possible. I pulled myself out. I did it. If I did it, you can do it. I'm not no genius, okay? I'm not no genius. I'm not lucky. I'm none of those things at all. I'm just the average guy who didn't give up. And that was my mantra through high school. I might not be the best, but you know what? I'm never going to gosh darn give up. Don't focus on money. I have to say, when you focus on self-improvement, don't focus on money. Don't focus on looking better. I know this is all counterproductive. This is all, oh my God, what is he saying? Yeah. Don't focus on money. Don't focus on looking better. Don't focus on being smarter. Focus on making a small step today and a small step tomorrow. Because the end result, yes, is more money. The end result is, having a great body. The end result is being smarter and passing some crazy tests that you've been wanting to pass. Like, it took me 6 years to pass one test. By the time I took the test, I knew the test more than I knew my wife. I'm not joking. So, I was married, I think, 5 years at that point, and I've been studying the test for 6 years. You do the math, okay? You have to make these consistent, small improvements every day. Like if you're studying for that test, like I was, tell yourself, okay, I'm going to read 5 pages today. It was like, I swear, it was like an 800-page book I had to memorize. And some of this stuff was really dry and really boring, and you know the kind of stuff, okay? Very dry, very boring, blah, blah, blah. I had to memorize that stuff for the test because they could ask you anything about it in the test. Like 800 pages or something crazy. So, what did I do? I started reading and tried to read 5-10 pages a day. Sometimes I'd read less than that because I'd have a bad day. Sometimes I'd read more than that because I was feeling really into it. But I slowly chipped away at that block. I slowly worked on self-improvement. Same with exercising, same with fitness. Don't go to the gym one time and expect to walk out like Arnold friggin' Schwarzenegger. It's not going to happen, okay? It's not going to happen for a long, long time. Your body, and I found this out the hard way, takes about 6 months to adjust to something you're doing consistently. So if you're consistently going to the gym, your body's going to take 6 months to adjust to that against that schedule, against that regular exercise, and then it's going to start making changes because it's going to think, hey, this guy ain't letting up. This guy's going to the gym 5 days a week, man. I better adapt to what's going on. That's what your body's going to do. You have to be in control of your body. I hate to say it to you. Think about it this way. You're inside this machine right now. You are a spirit inside a machine. We call this machine the body. This is what God gave us, okay? This wonderful machine, if you're lucky, it's going to last, 80 to 100 years, and that's better than any other machine on the planet. Come on, that's an amazing machine God gave you right there. But you have to control it. The way you control it is by reading things, by going to the gym, by forcing your body to do things that it naturally doesn't want to do, because naturally it's this resting state. You want to lay in bed all day and watch Netflix. You don't want to go to the stinking gym and lift a bunch of dumbbells and everything. No. But you have to push your body out of its limits both physically and mentally, so it can change in ways which you want it to change. You're giving it direction. You are grabbing the steering wheel and moving your life in the right direction rather than just letting it go wherever the heck it wants and accept whatever happens to you, which probably won't be a good thing. Because honestly, life is very freaking random out there. It is so random. Bad things happen every day, and we try to put labels on these bad things and say, "Hey, it's Friday the 13th. Hey, this happened, that happened because this bad stuff happened because of some weird reason out there." No, there's no weird reason out there. God doesn't have it out for you. The devil's not following you around. It's not. It's Friday the 13th. And there's none of that stuff. It happens because the world is really random. Accept that. But also accept that you can control your life. You can control how you react to situations, and you can control, most importantly, what you do with your time. The best hack, if you want one hack, one thing that's most important, the one thing I do, the one thing most important I do, get up at 4:45 every morning. Get up at 4:45 every morning, greet my family, eat the breakfast, go to the gym. Boom, boom, boom. You get those things done, then do some reading. You get those things done before the day starts, before the nightmares start, before all the trouble hits, because as more and more people wake up around you, more and more problems actually arise. And that the hard way. It's basically like the tropics, like the Philippines or like Florida or any place like that. Okay, so when the day starts, it's beautiful and sunny out. You can see the sun. It's not a raindrop in the sky. And by 3 p.m., it's pouring it down. It's thunder. It's black. Everyone's been hit by lightning. It's just nasty day. Our lives are like that. Because the more and more people wake up through the day, and most people wake up 7:30, 8 o'clock, the more and more people wake up through the day, the more and more distractions they create in your lives. So if you want no distraction, there's one simple answer. Wake up before everybody else. It's usually before the sun's up. Wake up before everybody else. Do what you have to do. Do what you need to do. Do what you need to improve your life. And then repeat it. Because all the stupid stuff, all the having to do this, having to do that, the boss wanting you to do something, it's all going to happen later on in the day, probably after 9:30. Okay. But you know what? If you get up at 4:45, 5 o'clock in the morning, that whole morning for several hours is 100% yours. And that's the number one hack I'll give you if you want to focus on self-improvement. Number one, get up early. Number two, make small changes every day. You don't need a gym. Just go walk around the block. Just do something in the morning. Do something. Make one step in the right direction. And before long, you've walked a mile in the right direction. And soon after that, you would have walked 10 years in the right direction.